little bit about how to confer with your teacher. So when your teacher is coming and she wants to ask you about the book that you're reading, we're going to talk about the things, how you would answer her. And one way, so if I come to you and I say, what are your thoughts about what you've read? Yes, you're going to talk about your thinking. Now, many times we're tempted to retell everything that happened in the book. Today we're going to practice telling about our thinking, not just telling about what happened in the book. Okay? And we're going to do something fun. Do y'all know what eavesdropping is? Have you ever heard that word?
It means like listening to you.
Like kind of being a... Yes! Like you have to be sneaky and listening in. So, you guys are going to get to eavesdrop, and I'm going to start by talking to you. And they're going to be listening in. So if you're practicing and I come up to you, so you guys watch. You can close your book and watch. I'm going to eavesdrop on our conversation. So we're going to pretend that you're just reading by yourself and I'm the teacher and I come up to you and I say, son, what are your thoughts about what you've read?
My thoughts are like this book. It's like I feel a little bit more like cooler and
Tell me how it's cooler.
like they're starting magic and this one they're like goblins magic and there's like dark spirit instead of a tree house. There's this dark spirit that leads like down to a different kind of world with goblins and like superheroes usually.
So as you're thinking about that book, because you kind of told me a little bit about what happens, are you thinking place you want to be, place you don't want to be? What are you thinking as a reader?
I don't want to get into space because it's really dangerous and it has goblins and like flying magic carpets like and goblins around them.
You know what I like that he just did? Do you see how he told me what he's thinking? That he doesn't think he wants to be in that place. He wouldn't want to live in this world because it seems a little dangerous to him. So he didn't just go, well, there's a goblin and there's a dragon and then one chases one down the hill. He didn't tell me all the events that happened in the story. He told me his thinking about being a part of the story. So now you get to eavesdrop. Can you do that with your book? Can you tell me, so if I come up to you and so what are your thoughts about what you've read? I'm thinking.
Miss Lane?
Yes,
Pedro's checking out for the day.
thank you.
So what are you thinking about that? Do you think the book, you think it's funny?
Yeah.
So tell me what's funny about the book.
The bus right now.
So you,
I have a mother.
oh my goodness. So I can tell that you're learning a lot from the pictures in this book, aren't you?
Yeah.
Is that hard? Is you need yourself? Yeah. So let me ask you this. Are you thinking that you would want to be on that bus?
Yeah, I would.
Well, wait. You're listening in. So what's your thinking? Are you thinking you would want to be there with those characters? Why? Why would you want to be there? Do you think, why would you want to be there?
It's funny and fun. Yeah, and it's you can be with us.
Okay. Okay, so are you thinking that would be a fun way to learn?
Yeah.
Okay, so you didn't just tell me what they learned or the facts, but you told me your thinking. So now your turn. If I come up to you and I say, so what are you thinking about your reading? What would you tell us? And let's eavesdrop on him. So we got to be quiet and eavesdrop on his thinking. We're listening to him.
And she wants to buy something you like, and he can do with it something, but she can't find anything, and it's yelled.
So you did a good job of retelling me some of the things that happened in the story. You retold some events in the story. So can I borrow your book real fast? So if I'm trying to talk about my thinking, and maybe I've read this page. Howdy, Miss Penny, what can I buy? Ooh, how about a slice of hot apple pie? One shiny nickel, one giant dill pickle, 1/4 beef jerky, 3/4 leg of turkey. In the pet department, there's a plant that eats flies, a fuzzy white rat with black feet and pink eyes. Mr. Buck has 3 guppies for $1 bill. He wants 85 cents for answering. Oh! So I'm thinking that this character has a whole lot of choices to make. And it would be really fun to get to make that many decisions about how to spend my money. So did you see how I did that different? Did I retell you what she did in the story? Or did I tell you about my thinking? About my thinking. So what's your thinking? Would you like to be able to be this character? Why not? Why wouldn't you want to be her?
Yeah, just like crazy.
Oh, she's just a little too out of control for you, huh?
Like this.
Oh, I can see. You wouldn't want to behave like her. Okay. Well, see how you shared your thinking with me? That was good. Okay, now you guys get to eavesdrop. Now you get to share your thinking. What are you thinking about your character or your story?
Well, quick and early morning. Actually, I would like to be in Magic Treehouse, but not for some of the adventures because I don't want to be in like volcano and I don't want to be in an earthquake and those. But some of them, like in Hawaii, I want to see the and I want to see like all the and tsunami.
That's okay.
And so like I would like to see all kinds of things like that. So like some of them I know.
So what in this book would you like or not like in this particular book?
I don't want to get in an earthquake.
So that's not a book that you would want to have to do with the characters do. What are you thinking about how the characters handled themselves?
Handle themselves, but there's like this person that her name is Morgan. Morgan. Yeah, Morgan. She gives them things like in another story I read, it's like that. She's like, I can only save you at the darkest hour. So like that.
So what are you
like that,
thinking about them? Do you think that she was a good help to them?
Yeah, she helps them out with this book and then a few other books. There's like she gets trapped, so like Camelot is in trouble, so like they have to find 4 things. It says in here. See, so like the note is right here, right here. Something to learn, something to follow, something to learn, something to learn. They have to have all those and give it and get it back. Frog Creek, Pennsylvania, to help them.
So let let me ask you, so you just, did you see she retold us some events? But I wanna know your thinking about those events. So it said, you showed us that part you liked, and you probably found it better than me. And I noticed right at the bottom of it, it said, Jack took a deep breath. What do you think he's feeling? What do you think as a reader?
I think he's like wondering where are we gonna go next?
Do you see how the difference between her retelling us the events that happened and sharing her thinking as a reader? That time she shared her thinking as a reader, and she knows that was all going on in your head the whole time, and you expressed it. So when your teacher is coming up to you for a conference and they say, what are you thinking about the story? You want to share what you think about the characters or their feelings or how you would feel being their place in the story. Not just telling your teacher the events, but sharing your thinking. Because that's what we do as readers, right? As you're reading along, you're not just reading the events from one event to the other, you're constantly thinking, oh, I can't imagine. What if that was me? What if I were there? What would I do? Do I want to be on that bus? Do I want to have that dollar to spend? Do I want to be in that earthquake? How would I handle myself with that advice, right? That's your thinking, not just the events. Okay? So, every time you're reading, no matter what kind of book you're reading, your thinking needs to be going on, and those are the thoughts you share with your teacher when she comes to talk. Okay? Thanks, guys.